Leather is a material that exudes unmatched elegance. Each detail, every pattern on a leather item is akin to a fingerprint, distinctive and incomparable. The leather processing journey is a genuine art, where the craftsmanship seamlessly blends with the innate beauty of the material. This is a material with a rich history, embodying both elegance and resilience. Over time, it has witnessed the evolution of humanity, transitioning from basic hides for footwear to contemporary, high-tech products. The distinctiveness of leather items is not just about their outward appearance, but also their remarkable ability to retain their qualities for centuries. The process of crafting the leather is a genuine art, handed down from generation to generation. Each piece serves as a bridge between the past and present, seamlessly blending traditions with modernity.
Собственно, вот та самая сумка, которую я делал 10 лет.
Here is the very bag I crafted 10 years ago. My very first one, made without any knowledge of tools, literally using whatever was available at that time. It was a pivotal moment for me when I developed the slide to open lock. In this early version, it did not work as flawlessly, but over time, it evolved into what you see here. The difference between then and now spans a decade of various developments and iterations of this lock until it became perfectly functional. Now, as you can see, it seamlessly integrates into the material of the entire bag without any added bulk. This has become something of a signature for my brand, the slide to open lock, present on all of my bags.
Это вот наши ремни мужские стандартные. Пряжка здесь.
These are our standard men's belts, and the buckle here is not cast. It's cut from a solid piece of cold-rolled brass. This type of hardware is much stronger than cast, as it has a non-porous texture, being cut from a solid block of metal. The belt itself is made from Buttaro, an Italian leather. It is an excellent material that patinates beautifully. I'm actually wearing the same belt right now. The beauty of this piece lies in the fact that when you purchase a vegetable-tanned leather belt, it starts off in a single color, in this case cognac. However, with wear and tear, it gradually evolves, taking on shades of brown or burgundy, depending on usage intensity and personal style. It is like a mirror, reflecting the wearer's journey and story. The belt ages alongside its owner. These basic belts are priced at $200 and are quite popular, available in various colors.
Хозяина. Вот такие базовые ремни стоят $200.
Indeed, leather items can be viewed as an extension of their owner. Over time, they have the potential to evolve in character, color, and shape, with every fold in the leather becoming a unique story. The distinctive qualities of leather intrigued Sunkar Yesmukhan so profoundly that he immersed himself in explanation, initiating the creation of genuine works of art.
Ну, мой путь в сфере дизайна начался еще в далеком детстве.
My journey in the field of design began in my early childhood, and as a brand, I have been in the market for 10 years now. No one in my family had engaged in leather craftsmanship before, except for my great-grandfather, who has crafted saddles and shoes. Perhaps something of that skill was passed down to me genetically. It all started with curiosity. I could not find a leather bag that matched my vision. Simultaneously, it was puzzling, considering the history of livestock farming in Kazakhstan, that there were no developed brands in this niche. It was in this gap that I decided to explore something new and created my first bag. There was no information on how to do it, what tools to use. Everything was learned through trial and error. I searched a lot of information online and eventually crafted my first bag. After receiving positive feedback, I decided to fully transition to leathercraft, leaving behind my involvement in jewelry making.
Потом постепенно полностью перешел на кожевенное ремесло.
He is truly an artist in the realm of leather craftsmanship. When he starts crafting a bag, every step becomes a captivating journey. To begin, Sunkar carefully chooses the finest quality leather, and then skillfully dives into the cutting and stitching process. Throughout, there is a subtle understanding of proportions, style, and aesthetics that is woven into each step of the process.
Так вот выглядит.
This is my stamp.
И нагреваем пресс. Пресс может нагреваться до 300 градусов.
And we are getting the press heated up. The press can reach temperatures of up to 300 degrees. But for this leather, 100–110 degrees will do the job. Let me give it a couple of minutes to warm up, and in the meantime, I'll grab some foil. This process is called foiling because at high temperatures, this metal foil is pressed by the cliché onto the leather. Actually, this process is done even before the bag is assembled, during cutting. Now I will demonstrate how it looks. About 100–110 degrees Celsius is enough to press the foil. This is cowhide leather. By the way, with exotics, there is a nuance. You need to catch the moment so that the foiling does not land on the interlayer membranes where the logo might not imprint nicely. And with exotics, it is much harder to adjust the foiling. But in this case, even though the leather is grained, it's consistently the same, so it will turn out beautiful when the green light comes on, then we can foil. The most exotic leather, you will not believe it, is horse leather. The press is already heated, let's foil. Prepare the platform, adjust the height. The platform is ready. Now we apply the foil.
Crafting with genuine leather is an intricate and time-intensive process that requires expertise and dedication. It is understandable why it may take at least a month to create a single bag. The outcome transcends mere accessory status, evolving into a genuine piece of art characterized by meticulous attention to detail and care. This method not only ensures durability and practicality, but also bestows upon each item an unparalleled sense of individuality.
Все начинается с простой идеи.
It all begins with a simple idea. Often I find inspiration in just one specific detail, like with the Omega model. When conceptualizing this design, I first came up with the handle. From there, the vision gradually evolved into a complete bag. The handle took on a distinct shape, and I experimented with various versions. The process typically unfolds like this. An idea is born, followed by sketching, and then possibly creating a prototype based on the sketch. The prototype helps identify mistakes and feasibility. Subsequently, a pattern is crafted, guiding the cutting and assembly of the final model. This entire production cycle spans about 25 to 30 days, inclusive of tasks such as making locks and waiting for material sourced from Europe, which can take an additional 25 to 30 days. Regarding materials, I predominantly utilize European leather. Recently, I have been particularly drawn to Italian tanned leather, predominantly sourced from cowhide and goat leather. Occasionally, I incorporate goat leather from French suppliers. As for hardware, I produce it myself, primarily utilizing cutting machines to shape the hardware, which is then coated with gold, nickel, or palladium for a refined finish.
Handling genuine leather can be tricky. It depends on several factors like the type of leather, how it's treated, and the skill level of the craftsman. Making leather products requires careful attention to detail, including precise cutting and stitching. Different sections of the leather can vary in density and texture, adding to the complexity of working with it.
Эскиз не всегда.
Not every sketch we come up with is easily executable. Sometimes something you have envisioned simply will not bend or shape as intended. Prototyping is one of the most critical stages in creating such intricate designs because, as you can see here, everything needs to fit together seamlessly, just like a well-matched puzzle. Achieving such precision requires prototyping. Based on the prototype, a meticulously crafted pattern is then developed. The pattern can either be rigid or flexible. Typically, we make patterns from cardboard. We then cut the outer material and lining material according to this pattern. In bags, something not widely known is that there are often multiple interlining layers that provide structure to the bags. Now, perhaps the longest and most intriguing process is preparing all these materials for assembly. There is a lot of cutting, gluing, sanding, edging, and punching of holes by hand. We use a tool called a pricker or awl for this task. All these holes are manually punched, then further refined with a needle, and everything is only glued and stitched together at the very end. You come up with an idea and sketch it out, and it looks great on paper, but when you start bringing it to life, you encounter physical limitations. These difficulties are where you confront the physics of the physical universe, the materials themselves. You begin to adjust things on the fly, but therein lies the art of design. It is about being able to elegantly preserve your initial idea while realizing it in a way that is beautiful, functional, utilitarian, and luxurious.
Items crafted from genuine leather have long epitomized luxury and elegance. Over time, this distinctive material has evolved beyond mere style statements to become symbols of status and refined taste. Often favored by discerning individuals, these pieces reflect an appreciation for quality, durability, and the artistry of handcrafting. They attract those who value sophistication and are willing to invest in the unique and exclusive, remarks the designer. Indeed, leather goods are more than just accessories. They represent investments in personal style and expressions of individuality.
I do not just offer bags. I offer pieces infused with culture. They are more than mere accessories. They represent a significant part of me, my time, ideas, and labor. In a way, they are like my own children. That is why I believe the client should ideally have an intellectual inclination. It is not merely about following trends. It is about forming a genuine connection with the product, appreciating the meticulous attention to detail, and valuing the craftsmanship. In a way, my clients are likely seasoned customers. We use materials that are rarely found in the market, primarily sourced from leading European factories. My personal dedication to these products means that I pay attention to every detail, ensuring that each bag is crafted to perfection. I know each of my clients personally, and many of them have become friends. When someone orders a custom piece, it is important for them to see the work in progress. They might want adjustments here and there, like making something longer or narrower, or they may have requested a pocket that I'm unsure about. As we progress, we can see whether these adjustments work well or not.
Это не очень хорошая идея, и потом мы это в процессе видим, как это действительно хорошо или нехорошо.
Singer Akmarjan Kusherbayeva, known in Kazakhstan as Kaliya, compares the master's creations to a musical composition, not just a motive, not individual lines or chorus. It is a complete musical piece ready for performance to a wide audience. Like a beautiful song, each bag or accessory carries its own character, evoking delight and aesthetic admiration. I got to know Sunkar through his mother, Ajar, who is also a professional designer specializing in Kazakh clothing. Being a singer, I approached her for my stage costumes and Ajar made them for me. While working with Ajar, Sunkar was often around. At that time, he was still studying at university, and I remember him working on various crafts. My first encounter with him was when I needed a headpiece, and he made one for me. Later on, I asked Sunkar to make a custom bag for me, personalized with my name Kaliya on it. I requested a beautiful, elegant evening clutch to carry my essentials and free up my hands. When I wear a cap or carry one of Sunkar's bags, it is rare that someone does not ask me about them, wondering where I got them. I proudly tell everyone that they are made in Kazakhstan. I even find myself checking out Sunkar himself, following him on social media, and I see what kind of person he is, how unique he is, especially in his appearance. I think he has a bigger influence on guys because although I can't say I copy his style, his creations catch my eye. I have seen his pieces in our fashion weeks, and he really stands out. I am pleased to see that men's fashion is also evolving in our country, because while women's fashion seems to be thriving, men's fashion has been lagging behind. It is great that young people have someone to look up to in terms of how to dress, how to style themselves, and how to incorporate accessories into their daily look. I believe that Sunkar is also a trendsetter in his own right.
Если вы хотите качественный товар, он дешевым никогда не будет.
If you want a quality product, it will never be cheap. Take Sunkar's workshop, for example. There are so many tools and materials involved: hardware, the leather he uses, the knowledge he has acquired, the craftsmanship he constantly hones, and the hours he puts into making each product. Sure, you could say that all of this could be automated, but then you would lose that handmade touch, that craftsmanship that our Kazakh ancestors were always renowned for. We had a strong tradition of craftsmanship with products made by hand, such as yours, carpets, clothes, and embroidery.
Очень было сильно развито продукты ручного труда и так далее, да, тот же ойл, кис, ковры, одежда, все вышивалось вручную и так далее. Такие мастерские за границей тоже есть, например.
Such workshops exist abroad too. Even well-known brands have a separate line for handmade items. You might find them in a corner where handmade shoes are displayed, and the quality and appearance are entirely different, not to mention the price, which is several times higher. But true, connoisseurs will gladly pay for and appreciate that quality.
Цена несколько раз дороже. Ценители за это заплатят, оценят достойно.
Almaty designer Sunkar Yesmukhan won the national designer competition Open Way and participated in the Kazakhstan Fashion Week for 2 consecutive seasons. One of the most memorable moments was his trip to Milan, where his exquisite bags impressed the audience at the Ready to Show exhibition.
Было очень много хороших отзывов. Часто слышали от итальянцев, что они...
There were numerous positive reviews, often coming from Italians who could not fathom what to expect from Kazakhstan. They envisioned us arriving on camels, but were astounded by the quality they encountered. Most of them could not believe it was handmade. Many specialists with 20 or 30 years of experience in the field came and remarked, "My dear, I have 30 years of experience. I know how bags are made, but doing it by hand, sewing, it's impossible." I showed them videos on my phone saying, "Look, I do this myself in many of the videos." Even then, their eyes widened and they responded, okay, maybe, but still with some skepticism. We made numerous contracts, met some key individuals who might assist us in entering this market in the future. We had a few clients from Italy and the United States, and one regular client from Germany. But with such high-quality products, there's a downside. They last so long that people do not need to come back often. It is only if a client buys a bag and then wants a belt next time, and then maybe a card holder. But typically, when people make a purchase, they return after 6 to 7 years for some service, to fix something or touch it up.
Возвращаются лет через 6, через 7, чтобы сделать какой-нибудь сервис, там что-нибудь починить, что-нибудь подкрасить.
In the fashion scene of Kazakhstan, an intriguing shift is underway, says the designer. There's a growing interest in mindful consumption, a resurgence of vintage items, and upcycling, the transformation of old into new. This trend resonates with the philosophy of Sunkar Yesmukhan, who emphasizes the longevity of leather goods. The designer highlights that leather bags are not mere accessories but investments. This concept underscores the significance of durability and quality, distinguishing those who chase fleeting trends from those who prioritize enduring style.
Ну, мои проекты это...
My projects are all about bags, and each one holds equal value and significance for me. As for fashion trends, I do not follow them because there is always a risk of simply becoming like someone else. So I draw inspiration for all my ideas from absolutely anything around me. It could be movies, kitchenware, like for instance the design of this bag handle was inspired by the handles of Japanese tatsubin teapots. I generally refer to my creations as the quintessence of traditional techniques and the pinnacle of technology. Primarily I use CNC, computer numerical control, machining for metal cutting, meaning some parts are either cut or cast, but mostly they are cut using CNC or lathe machines, allowing for computer precision. Then I handle the finishing touches and polishing by hand myself. Perhaps gathering more enthusiasts like myself could help increase sales volumes while still maintaining the essence of manual craftsmanship. Overall, I am open to any ideas. After all, I'm an artist, fully dedicated to this craft, working with leather and devoting all my time to it.